I kind of want to find a few more of the dual power things. But maybe we should also press on to the next dungeon. But how has everybody's Wednesday been? How was... Well, I guess I guess most people that watch are actually beginning it right now. Ooh. I had a bit of a stressful day at work. I managed to get a little disco nap in. But then I walked home again. Whoops. Save a little bit of money. And just sort of lose a little bit of weight. I don't need to, but I have lost a bit actually the last couple of months. I've been walking an awful lot. I'm tempted to just go in. Let's do this dungeon right now. I think we can still do other stuff later. So he's still talking about the ghost. Walking is good, but the weather is nice. Yeah, it's still really hot though. It's not quite peak walking weather for me yet, but I had to listen to a podcast and stuff. It was really nice. Can never have too much access. The problem is at the moment for me, like as much as I enjoy the walk home from work, I wish it was a tad shorter. Just more of the balance of time. Because I'm getting in a little bit late. This music's quite triggering actually. I'm tempted to turn it down. Is it really loud? I feel like compared to the rest of the game, the music on this dungeon is pretty loud. Just take a bit off. It's okay. Maybe it's just my headset then. I'll just turn it down for myself. Right, you need to eat that game. So he was the monster that the boy was referring to that could eat anything. But yeah, it's that sort of balance now, because it takes me anywhere between an hour and 15 to an hour and 30 minutes to walk home. And I kind of wish it was closer to an hour exactly. It could be if I walk faster, but with the temperatures at the moment, that's kind of hard to do. Maybe next month. But I like to listen to... Oh, we're here. Oh, why is he gone? Why has he gone away? I still want to summon him. I guess we can't now. But I had another listen to a nice podcast. It's, you know, I was talking about the podcasts recently, but it's really quite cozy to listen to. Oh. And I saw that the next podcast in this guy's podcast selection is 50 minutes long, and it's called Mega Drive World, and it's about Sword of Sedan. I'm just like, oh my god. Yeah, the guy reminiscing, yeah. So I'm just like, I can't believe that a Japanese guy has done a 50-minute podcast that's possibly just about Sword of Sedan on the Mega Drive, which is such a wretched game. I can't believe anybody played it in Japan, to be honest, because it's not even a Japanese game. I know it came out here though, because I've seen it in the shop. Absolute awful game. So I'm actually quite excited to hear about. I mean, I'm going to assume from the 50 minutes that he actually kind of likes it, but I don't. I have nostalgia for it though. Oh. So that will be an interesting thing to see. Whoops. You know, I'm just gonna be right back a second. I'm not gonna bother to change scenes because I'm only gonna be a minute. should be better. I just felt like my hand was a little bit sticky and it was really bugging me with the controller, and it was just, I just couldn't go on. But I had to dash into the other half of the room to get to the sink. I always get Sword of Sedan and Sword of Vermilion mixed up. One was meant to be at least... So, Sword of Vermilion, I think it's like slight jank, but it's like... People have fond memories of it. I've never played it. I want to. It's one of the few RPGs on the system. Isn't Sword of Sedan got something to do with Phantasy Star? Didn't some of the same people work on it? Graphically, it looks like... It kind of reminds me a bit of like... Phantasy Star 3. No! So isn't Sword of Vermilion... What's his face that did... Shenmue and all that lot? Isn't it a Y2 game or something? I don't remember now. I should know better, probably. Why have you got no sound effect? Oh, the waterfall. Yes. But yeah, Sword of Sedan is... well, it was... I think it was published by Electronic Arts. I don't know who made it. But it was a Western... It was originally on the Amiga, I think. Oh no! But Sword of Sedan is like a side view sort of crap hack and slash. I believe that the Amiga version's supposed to be okay. Although Retro Interrosta played it and said it was terrible. I'm just gonna be that bitch that ignores everybody. Okay. I didn't even load my dictionary up just in case, but we're gonna have some plot stuff. Let me just get that on my computer. And also, where's my 3DS? Get that ready just in case. I'm trying to use that more now. But let's see, this should be a good bit. So Brother Luo, whatever her name is. Must be the sister talking. Flash. I waited for you, Prince. So, if it's you who has the golden armlet, like one who has the golden armlet should be able to... I don't know the verb yet, because the limited 2 lines in this game is really fucking irritating. There's something that is hidden somewhere in this castle. Okay. The large cube that is hidden somewhere in this castle. You should be able to get it. So basically... Getting hold of the large cube that's hidden away in this castle should be... No challenge for you who has the golden amulet, basically. The armlet. Prince. If you want me to return the prince, your younger sister, to you, bring the large cube to the Arlat Mountain. Oh, the great cave in the Arlat Mountain to the north. Bring the large cube to me. Oh! The large cube I do vaguely remember, but I don't remember what it does and why they want it. Is it supposed to be the same as like my spirits? Because they were all in cubes, I guess. Every spirit that we acquired so far. Because I know that the cube, like, because obviously I played this before, the cube does have some sort of... Let's turn the volume up again now. The cube does have some sort of connection to the big bad. Perhaps a summoning. Can't go up there. Do I actually want to go in this room yet? Oh no. Oh, let's summon you, eh? Punch a fish. And a lovely lettuce. I don't know what it does. I'll eat some of that cheese. Has anybody played Sword of Vermilion? Because I feel like a lot of people do have sort of a nostalgia for it. I've always heard that, because isn't it like it's like 3D dungeons with some kind of janky combat, but then when you get to the boss, it's got a totally different combat thing, I think, which is more like an action game. It's like, it kind of appeals to me. I feel like it's the kind of niche thing that I'll enjoy. Honestly, I don't know why I've actually gotten this far and not played it yet. I don't remember. I don't remember it at the time. Where's Shade there? Sword of Sedan though, I could never get past the first like level. First two. I remember I got to the. We walk across the opening stage, and then you get to the city, and then there's these like two giant bosses, and they always used to kill me. I've done it now by save scumming the heck out of it, but I don't know how I would ever get on without that. Oh god, I forgot these. I don't think you can kill them either. Yeah, oh god, they do all that. Oh, you can. But they love to tickle you. Why won't Bo move? Oh, he can't move. Weird that he's actually allowed into the level though, but he can't move. Oh, I'm gonna get rid of him. And some of the water one. Get off me. I haven't played either. I remember the reviews. One was an early Mega Drive RPG with meh review scores. That would be Vermilion. The other was an unplayable stack of stuff. That would be Saddam. Vermilion's a very early game. And I feel like it's probably one of those games for that reason. Like, people that played it at the time maybe thought it was okay, but it aged really badly very quickly. Oh, get off. I don't know if I can... Oops. What is he doing? Get off! Oh, it is in response to me then. Ugh. And he drops a power up, so it was worth doing. Send her away. Ooh. Where was I before? I think it's around here where I needed to go. Oh, this is the bit that was in the demo. I don't remember what garlic does. I think it's something to do with magic though. Ooh. Their tongues. There's also, I can't remember if it's running on the same engine or not, but there's Rent a Hero as well, isn't there? There's another one that I've never played. There's a Dreamcast I can't remember if the Dreamcast is a remake or a sequel. I feel like it's a remake. I've always kind of wanted to pick up a copy of that. Never did. One day. It's not crazy expensive, it can wait. Mean Machines, Sega did a thing in the late Mega Drive Live where they went over their old reviews and reassessed. They even gave away a couple of books containing every single review they ever did. A lot. I'd love to read that. I wonder if there's PDFs. I read a Mean Machines magazine a while ago on a PDF, like some of it. It was actually the only copy that I remember having in the house. It had Star Wars on the front cover. I've seen all of those books long after I stopped playing Mega Drive. I hope I still have them. That would be a really fun read. Because I kind of feel like they were a bit more honest. Like, when I was glancing through, like, they didn't seem to pull any punches if something they didn't like something. I don't know. Can we actually jump from over here? Those books just had a review copy without screenshots, but they were still getting great. Oh yeah. I mean, you can live with. I mean, these days I don't need the screenshots as much because this is the age of the internet, but. Back those days, you would have relied on it, wouldn't you? Oh, I'm waiting for her. I'm waiting for my magic to come up, and it won't. I need shade for that, though. I think. I think the copy of Mean because did they only do Mega Drive? Because I swear it had Star Wars on the front cover. Mean Machines. Did they cover everything? I swear ours was Super Star Wars. The magazine that we had back at my mum's. I don't know why we only had one. Maybe it was just the one that didn't get thrown out, but it was a it was covering Super Star Wars, I'm sure. Multi-format until about 93, I think. Oh well, that would be it then. We had the one with Super Star Wars. I don't know why we have it. I assume my brother bought it. I would have to ask. Maybe he was just excited about Super Star Wars. What have I gotten out of that? Oh, a key. I want to get shade though and go back again because I want to get those chests. No, not here. I used to like the little animation, the little characters that they did. Even the GX4000. See what it is about that. What's that? I'm gonna go Google it. GX4000. Video game console management by Amstrad. Short-lived attempt to enter the console market. Oh my god, never even seen this. What's on it? Amstrad. I remember the name Amstrad. What else did Amstrad do? Or was that what they did? Was Amstrad computers? Ocean DC car. Oh, they had a Batman game. The Amstrad. Actually, the Amstrad. I feel like my neighbour might have had one of those. Or something similar. Their main one was a CPC. You don't know the GX? No, I don't. It's not quite my generation though, I don't think. I'm a little bit young for that. Well, with also, you know, Alan Sugar. What did he have to do with Amstrad? You got a GX. Dear. Do you feel like you were mugged off? Oh, you have one now, but not back then. Also, hello Angel. How are you today? I'm always having to dash off whenever I drop by. I'll try and catch one of your weekend streams sometime. Did Amstrad have the green screen monitor? What, for the computer? The CPC. Also, hello Jamesy. Amstrad CPC. Hello there. Wow, he has long legs. He does. He's a lot of jumping. How are you? Oh, the keyboard on that Amstrad looks familiar. I think we might have used them in school for something. Yeah, that looks familiar. So we're talking old computers for a minute. Happy to stream with it. I mean, I could now if everyone's happy with burning rubber and literally nothing else. That would be cool, though, to see. Would you be able to get, like, is it possible to get other games? I bet they don't have flash cards for that, do they? How much do those games cost, I wonder? This way that I'm going. I think it's also the perspective that makes it look like it's got long legs. Some Pang or Clacks. What else was on it then? There's only like 25 games. Had Clacks on it. Pang is the balloon game, isn't it? I like that. I want to get Pang. I saw it a while ago on oh, I don't remember now. It was on the PlayStation. There's a Pang collection on the PlayStation, and I always remember Pang because it was oh, there's a key. Maybe that was important then. There was a Pang arcade game in my leisure centre in my village growing up. I don't think I ever really played it though, but I always used to watch the demo of it. Did you ever have those games on the arcade where you remember them a lot, but not because you played them, just because you stared at the demo video, hoping one day someone would like let you play it, and they never did. I did that a lot with Mortal Kombat. I used to watch the demo videos over and over and over again, but I don't think I ever played Mortal Kombat on the arcade. I just used to look at Goro. Maybe part of it's just his high trousers. That too. It's back in fashion now. I don't want to be in here. A new CPC 464 games have been put to recent times in a flashcard success. Oh no, I mean the console one that you're on about. Hello, Retro. I was just talking about you actually. Techie Rob was saying he couldn't remember the difference between. He confuses which one is. I always think his sprite looks like he's got like one blue eye in the middle of his head. Yeah, he's confusing Sword of Sedan with Sword of a Million, and I was saying that Sword of Sedan's the crap game on the Mega Drive, although it's supposed to be good on the Amiga. But you played that, didn't you? You thought it was garbage. I saw a bit of your VOD when you played it. Was I there live? I can't remember now. Go in here. Is there another one of these horrible things? Whoa, there's a lot. Does this just keep going? Does this ever stop? Which game did we get? Sword of Sedan. The one that I said was on the Mega Drive, and you tried and I said that the Amiga version's supposed to be better. And you checked it out and said it was garbage. You couldn't get past the first area like me. So the reason I brought it up is earlier on I was talking about how I've been listening to my podcast again with that Japanese chap who plays talks about retro games, and his memories. He's very Sega orientated though. So I was listening to his stuff. Which way do I need to go? I don't know. Is it to the left or the right? Oh, hang on a minute. I feel like I got an earthquake. What else is new? Maybe I just made that up. Excuse me a second, I'm just going to change and check the TV. I feel like that was an earthquake. But sometimes you never know if it's just like your own fat ass or a truck going by sometimes when you live because I live quite high up, so my building is prone to shaking. And it's like, did I make that up? Because I was kind of leaning back in my chair with my feet up. There's nothing on the TV, so maybe I did just imagine it. Or maybe a truck just boomed past. No, I think it was in my head. Okay. Good to know. Not like when I did bloody in the middle of Echo the Dolphin. Sedan stinks. No, the Amiga version is not better. No. Is it worse though? That's the question. I don't remember which way I'm supposed to be going. Maybe maybe I was the right way already. I think it was. This is back to the beginning. See the name in chat clears things up. I misheard the game name as Zorro Zidane. Sword of Sedan. Or Sodan. Can't work out what it's supposed to be. Do you know that one too? I'm sorry if you do. Can people hear me, by the way? Like, that's... I don't just mean because you misheard, but Aneresha just said, what game was that again? Is the audio, like, balanced okay? Just minimize that a second. Right, maybe this way this time? Oh yeah, here we go. Oh no, I remember these. Don't they like attack my spirits? The audio's clear, that was on me. Okay, thank you for letting me know. It was more just because it had been twice in a short moment. I didn't know if the volume was bad. Oh, these things. I don't know if I can even attack them. Sound lovely. Use your millennial mumble, your general. What is this millennial slander? So this thing needs to go in the bin. How do I kill it? Shall I say okay boomer or whatever it is? Are you even a boomer though? What even is a boomer anyway? I don't even remember when baby boomers are. What'll it be soon though? It'll be okay millennial. Or okay generation. What's the other one? Oh, I've killed it. Okay. Oh, we need her. I need magic though, so let's get that back. But yeah, Sword of Sedan is a dreadful game if you know it. At some point I'm gonna have to play it. I made Angel play it once. People already don't know what millennial is supposed to mean in the first place. There's people thinking it means people born in this new millennium. I think like just my hot take for a minute, but it's probably not that much of a hot take. My lukewarm, tepid take. I don't think that I think the generation millennial is a little bit, the net is a little bit too wide cast. I think it covers too much, and I don't think it's like maybe it's just, I just think that the people around those time periods went through such radical developments in technology. I think that what's considered an early millennial and a late millennial are totally different. I think they have a totally different sort of culture. Because I would fall into the early millennial category, I believe. I don't pass for... What's the one before that? Is it Generation Z? Or no, Generation X? What's before millennial? I technically am a millennial, but I don't feel like I truly belong in millennial. Or if I am a millennial, I feel like what else qualifies as a millennial at the other end of the spectrum shouldn't be a millennial. It should be something else. Because I think the difference for me and like say somebody like even my, I don't know, well maybe not my niece, but somebody younger than, a little bit younger than my niece, who's still a millennial, they didn't grow up without the internet. I grew up without the internet. You know, I can remember. I grew up before social media. I went through puberty and my teenage years before social media was a thing. And I think that's a very defining moment. Like, Facebook didn't exist until I was at university. I remember when you couldn't even join Facebook unless you had a university account, before they opened it up to everybody. I mean, we had MySpace a little bit when I was a teen, but up until my early teens, we didn't have the internet. So I still have all that sort of nostalgia for like picking up the phone and calling my friend, or just going round and knocking on the door. Didn't have a mobile phone until I was about 15. Some people had them a little bit younger than me, but I didn't have one till I was... It wasn't normal to have a phone young like it is now. So I think that the millennial catch... It seems more like a catch-all, and I don't think it fits quite everybody. I think there's a lot that happened in about 8 to 10 years, very, very, very quickly. Also, be an early millennial, and I agree with you that we're probably different from those people. Yeah, I just think I don't think it works that way, because the best example for me that I could say is I went from growing up as like an elementary school, a primary school kid. No internet, no smartphone, like no cell phones, no mobile phones, remembering all my friends' phone numbers, to being a university student living in Japan and being able to call my mother from a computer on her home phone for a very cheap rate. It's absolutely bonkers, whereas I could remember 10 years prior to that being on holiday and using a phone card to call from Greece or something in a telephone box. And then to when I'd finished university, I think by the time it was like probably 2012, 2013, it's the same as now. I could literally walk around with my smartphone, so I'm not playing the game because I'm ranting, but I could literally walk around with my smartphone in the supermarket in Japan and phone my mother on her house phone via Skype, and just sit and chat on the phone in the supermarket like it's just perfectly normal. So I just feel like technology's just changed so incredibly quickly. Oh, we've been here. Now I'm lost. Look, the idea was that millennial was the generation that would become adults at the turn of the century. It is, or like go through that, yeah. But I think that, like I stress, I think the main key difference between people born later that are millennials and early is the ones that are born later, they don't remember life before the internet. Like, they never grew up without it much. Like, I don't know, someone born in the late 90s maybe, they were born with just the internet at their fingertips kind of thing. Even if it wasn't in the palm of their hand like a smartphone, but until I was about 11 or 12, I'd never used the internet. Maybe later, 13. And even then, like I say, like, oh yeah, I got the internet when I was 13. You could only use it, you know, you had to plug it into the landline and wait for it to connect and stuff. And you'd only use it for like 40 minutes at the most. You weren't constantly connected. You know? I'd say I started using the internet heavily when I was about 15, but even then, I used to just go out. And I had a cell phone, like a mobile phone. Sorry, I'm so... Oh, I can summon him, that's what I can do. I had my phone, but it cost too much money to use it, so I never used it. You know, you used to try and condense your text as much as possible to save as much money as possible, because I used to get £10 top up a month for my phone, and that was it. Once I'd sent all my the 10p a message. Before I got one of those Genie SIM cards. Why doesn't that reach? Why isn't this working? There we go. Formative years is not the right term. Definition I've heard is that the turn of the millennial happened during their formative years. That's what I think it is. It's people that went through puberty and teenage years around the millennium, I think. But I just think, like I said, there's a difference. The year 2000 and the year 2006 was so different. It's the internet, really. I just say that the internet has had such a massive impact on society that you can't compare the year like 1999 with the year 2008. They're just so far apart just because of the internet. That's just how I think. But maybe people feel this about everything. Like maybe there was stuff in the 50s that was radically different from the 40s to people, like transportation or something that changed lives forever. Do you know what I mean? Social media's killing society. Wow. That's another hot topic, but I think we'll avoid that one for now. Now I need the fire guy. Definition. I thought the idea was that millennials will become adults at the turn of the century. Gen X is before millennial baby boomers as opposed through to the 1970s. I mean, at the end of the day, I also just think, like, I don't think you can pigeonhole people that specifically anyway. I need to get the flame guy now. I don't know which is the quickest way to go grab him. Oh, there we go. Well, I probably could have just used the bow, but never mind. I've done it now. Too many radical changes in society in short time for generations to be able to... Yeah, I would say so. I mean, I wasn't around, so I can't really comment, but I would feel like to a lesser degree, maybe with the 70s and the 80s, just from... It's more just the... It's not like hardcore technology, you know, with things like, I don't know, televisions or stuff. It's just how much the internet allows us to do. The instantness of everything now, and the communication that we can have. I mean, the fact that I'm just sitting in my living room playing this game on my television and talking to you right now is absolutely bonkers. To think about when I was like, I mean, even probably my YouTube was taking off, I guess, but before that, it's just bonkers. I mean, I think Mystical Machine Gun, who already left, but was saying, because I popped into his stream earlier, and he said, oh, how you doing? And I was watching him streaming Fantasy Star, and I said, oh, I'm alright, just walking home from work. And he's like, I still find it absolutely wild that somebody on the other side of the world or whatever can be like watching me right now while they're walking around outside. Like, and it's true, it's pretty mad. I think I remember the solution to this puzzle, but I need to get magic back. I might just eat something. I've got no patience. Let's go. There we go. Wait, that's supposed to work. Oh my god, he's not on the switch properly. Is he on it now? Oh, you arse. Just stay on the switch. Bitch. There's marks. I don't know what that is. Iframes. Oh, this is his ability. This is not iframes. This is an attack. Look at the green guy. This is his pollen attack. It makes everything go to slow-mo. But yeah, it's basically just iframe. Oh no, not iframes. What am I talking about? Not iframes. I know what you mean. Running through the ball. I was thinking frames per second for some reason for a minute. When you walk through the ball, yeah. It was needed. The internet now is way better than when I was coming up. If you wanted to post to Japan, you had to find an academic university server, all text, mind you, and you had to telnet that would let you in. Scan password. I know it's quite weird because, like, not in a public sense, but like for the everyday person. But it's like I watched some of those videos on YouTube. I think I sent you one that was on about a computer, but just for the internet, like how it actually was available, but just so sort of niche and exclusive, almost elitist to who could use it and who couldn't. I'm supposed to go in here? Maybe she can do something? I don't want to fall down that again. Oh, she's done it. Good for her. Custard Bavarian cream. Use your chocolate frosting. I don't think exploding is the evolutionary advantage defense mechanism, says Snake. No. But neither's stinging like a bee. How am I supposed to open this and not fall down the bloody thing? It's gonna happen, isn't it? Whew. Get in. Oh, it is a large cube. It's bigger than I remembered. Oops. Rubik's, yeah, pretty much. It's like, to the one who can release my seal. Oh. Get in. So the origin of his power has been, I think, separated by the evil being Agito. With me, it will be able to resurrect the ancient evil being. Don't want to do. So that's why she wants the cube to bring back. So I think he is the source of, maybe the cube is the source of Agito's power, if I'm understanding that correctly. That's what I remember it looking like. Yeah. We got the large cube. Let's check something. We'll be coming after you. So, like, you go on ahead, basically. We'll definitely follow you, but just be careful. What happened to Daddy? He's still there. Whoops. Trying to sip my coffee and talk. Oh, Louis, you're safe. I see. You got the large cube. Well, then there's nothing else to say. Luo, I keep calling him Louis because I keep thinking of Ali, which is his English name. Luo, you should do what you think is right. Oh no! Forgot that. Well, Daddy's not okay. King is dead. And so is he. What's that from the alcohol? Of what? It was quite the party. Ooh, to reach the Great Cave, head to the Eastern Gate. I'll never remember East and West in any language, even my own, my brain. The Eastern Gate, and head north. Is it on the thing? Like, I don't remember where it is. I don't know how to get there. I mean, we'll do what he says, but I just don't remember visually where it is on the map. So, was Agito... I don't understand this cube business. I think I'll need to reread it later, but I couldn't be bothered right now, but... I think he was the origin of power that had been separated from Agito. Which is probably why he's buried underneath the castle, this cube. Doesn't sound good anyway. And I think he's the key, maybe to resurrecting Agito, which is what Silver Armlet wants to do. Let's think back to world maps. Happily to have learnt the European-centric ones, where China... Oh, you know, it is lovely. Like, it is funny because some people I think don't even realise that. Like, and if you leave like the maps, the European-centric one, in my brain it looks correct. Obviously because I grew up that way, but it just looks perfectly balanced with the with the big continents on either side, and the way that Antarctica sort of smoothly fits across the bottom or whatever. But you know, when you do move to the Asia Pacific is a central part of the map instead on some maps. It's quite weird. To me. A bit ignorant to say that really, but yeah, it is a little bit odd. But no, I've always had a problem. I think it's some sort of like directional dyslexia I think I've got. I'm sure that it's a common thing, but I just can't. You know how some people maybe struggle with left and right? I struggle with east and west, and I always have done, and I just can't. I always get it wrong. Mostly because I'm aware of the fact that I get it wrong, so I often double guess myself. So if I think like east the first time, I think no, you're wrong, so it must be west, but then actually I was right. So then I've double guessed myself. I actually find it slightly easier to recognise east and west in Japanese, but then the word doesn't come to me in English properly. The reason I know east and west better in Japanese is because the kanji for east is the same kanji that's used in the word for Tokyo, the capital city, because Tokyo's meaning is east of the capital. That's why it uses the kanji for east in it, because the old capital used to be Kyoto, meaning capital. So it's a little bit easier, because in Japanese I just remember east is where Tokyo is, because Tokyo's to the east of the country. It's on the very edge of the east side of the country, so you can't get much more east than Tokyo, so it's not too difficult to remember that. But then I can't. Then I'm in my head like, so which is east in English? East. Okay. Not sure where I'm going right now, but I was just doing a bit of exploring. It's pretty much the final dungeon, but there's so much we've missed. So many bow crystals and whatchamacallums. Bum, ba, bum. I wonder if we'd come here. Could we have come here at the very start of the game? What, would there have been something stopping me? I think so. Oh my god, do you mind? Yeah, I'm just walking around with this bomb, ready for a good time. I don't think there is anything up here, is there? I've done everything. Excuse you. Oh my god, just being Larry now. I love those big soldier guys with the big maces. They just don't give a shit. Like, they'll just mow down their own friends to get to you. Oh, there's the 100th floor dungeon that I could do. Shall I give it a go? I don't remember where it was now. I don't know whether I need more health though. Let's give the 100th floor dungeon a try. Although I think it does get quite rough. Can you even oh, and isn't that where we get all the summon things? If I remember, we get the summon stuff from there. It's behind a tree, wasn't it? I found it yesterday. Why can't you walk up there? On about directions though, I never forget, I can get you through it, the loot's worth it. It's a bit cheating though, the loot. I just want it for the funds though. I never confuse north and south. And I never confuse left and right. Only east and west. Right, let's get full health before we go in. Oh, do you mind? I was like, I zoned out for a minute. That zombie. I just want to get that last sliver of health. Or whatever. Can I get my health back by standing still in here though? Oh, not these. I don't think I've even seen these in the game yet. I forgot about them. Oh no, yeah, they split. If you don't kill them in one shot. Oh shit. Maybe look up what the toe in Kyoto means, since it couldn't be east in that one. It means different things. Yeah, Kyoto means capital city. The toe means metropolis. Because it's the same toe that's in... What else is it in? I'm trying to think of an example now. It's used at the end of places, kind of. It just means city. Metropolis even, or like capital, well, probably capital a long time ago. Kyoto Kanji means capital city. Basically, yeah. I mean, that is just what it used to mean. It just used to mean the capital city, but then when they changed the capital city, they probably had a bit of trouble with the name. Whoa! Oh, is it running that does that? Crap. Oh my god! Stop. I just thought Tokyo was Kyoto backwards. Not quite, because it's actually Tokyo instead of just a short sound. Because it's actually... It's actually more like that, and then Kyoto is a short one at the end. You can see the left there is Kyoto and the right is Tokyo. You can see they've got the same kyo, but a different toe. Or if you use, what is it? I think I use Hepburn. I think Hepburn's the convention that I like. I like to put the U in for the long vowel sound. I can't be doing with a line over the top. Yeah, that one. I don't like the line over the top. Because it's just not useful for if you're wanting the language anyway. They just share the toe part, yeah. Same with Osaka. Osaka is actually Osaka. Because Osaka's basically just like big hill or something. But not all of the names of places actually hold a great meaning. They just share the Kyoko part, but not the Toto. No. The reason that I don't like the line over the thing, I mean, it's sort of useful. I guess it's more helpful for somebody that's got no idea about Japanese language. It could be more useful. But when you're just trying to, I don't know. Like, if you were to type with a keyboard, you have to use the U. When I type using a keyboard, how to spell it, to convert it into symbols, I have to use the U. Otherwise, it won't come up. Because Techie Rob you might be able to see, but it's spelled like this, where it actually does have an OO sound, which is a U, basically. You can do it with copy paste, yeah. But to drop it entirely is also confusing. But, you know, if you're just a tourist on your jollies, it doesn't matter at all. Nothing matters, because nobody's pronouncing it. I mean, even I don't. I find it hard to say, like, when I'm talking in English, for example, I'll just say, like, Tokyo. Whatever, I'm not going to be, like, long vowels. Bum, bum, bum. Same with like karaoke. When I'm talking in English, I'm just going to pronounce it like that. I actually find that word quite annoying to say because of just years of saying it our way. It's hard to wipe it from your memory. It's not karaoke, it should be karaoke. Okay. Oh, there's an elixir. I guess I'll just... I don't know. Eat something? Why can't I consume that? That's rude. Whatever. Oh. Wait. You can't use items in here? Oh, this changes everything. Uh-oh. Need to type the U. Same how German and Louts have alternate spellings. If you can't type, I think you can type. Yeah, that sort of works. But if you were actually typing in Japanese, like just using alphabet input, which is what a lot of people do, even Japanese people, you have to use the U. That is just how you type it. Should I just leave and start again? I think I've lost too much health. I don't know if I can be asked to do this, to be honest. So I'm not going to get any health back. Oh, what a drag. I'm not going to make it. Not with these clowns. Ooh. Ah! Oh gosh. Do you not get any health back for the whole of this dungeon? Maybe I should come back, like, even later. Well, I've got that, but can I actually summon her? Don't get any health back. Maybe I should just start again. Hello, Sega fan. Started playing this the other day, first time in years, and also you Sega being sent Nintendo. Mario's passive fad. Well, in Europe, they kind of did a little bit for a while. But I like both. I'm not a Sega or Nintendo. I'm quite happy to enjoy both. What's the difference between up and that? What's up gonna... Oh. I feel like I need to start that again. Come to despise Nintendo. Oh, I don't mind them. I like their IPs. Managed to fill my inventory with health items for this. I can't use them though. It won't let me use them inside. Oh, we do have to do it all again. What's the difference between the stairs then? I can't use any items inside. I mean, I can probably call her and take her with me. I don't want to call... Oh, I can do the thing that Barley Bap said though. I could perhaps... Oh, I want that. Personally, I like PlayStation. Oh! But I like Nintendo. I bought, except for Switch, I've bought every console they did. And keep up to date with them until Switch, pretty much. And I will eventually, I just haven't got one right now. Right, I wonder if I can just drop that. Oh my god, no! It turned into a fucking ham. I've been lied to. Oh, shenanigans. Oh, garbage. You can't even use the spirits in here. Wait, this is not the best. This wasn't the first floor. Oh, God. Well, it's a good that they did, because then we can have both. Whoops. Basement 2. Why does it say out of 100 now? Oh, crap. Ah! I've already fluffed this, I think. And it's a different enemy formation. Punched console since 2012. Wii U. I like the Wii U. I have a PlayStation 4. Oh, can you do the attack I meant to do? Oh, this is crap. Can we just leave? I'm gonna just leave. Oh, so you can just... Oh, this is if you don't want to do the boss, I guess. You can just walk all the way out. See, Techie Rubber can't use anything. I don't know whether to press on and come back, like, maybe when I've got even more health. Oh, I'll just use an item. I need to use items if I'm going to get through it, probably, though. Not, well, weapons even. There's not even a good place to get weapons, though. I'll give it one last shot. Ah! Oh my god, what a fucking garbage start that is. I don't think a lot of digital downloads are very affordable when they're not on sale, though. That defeats the point as well. Oh! Whoops, a daisy. Well, let's focus on what we do like. See, that's a nice floor. Oh no. I think I mostly played Smash Brothers on the GameCube. I think out of all of them. I got the Wii U one, but and the Wii one. I didn't really play them though. I think it's also aged by that time though. I wasn't playing couch co-op much. Whereas the GameCube definitely got a lot of play. Oh, you bugger. Oh wait, I do get some health back. Well, that's not so bad then. Maybe I just didn't notice last time. Whoops. I grew up playing in the arcades. See, I didn't really play much in the arcades, they just weren't as big. I think you didn't really get to play in the arcades much unless you went on holiday. Whoops. Genesis version of the Immortal was great. I've just played that, like not too long ago. I quite liked it, but I can see why people didn't. It's a bit short. Rage in the US up to the 90s, couldn't find a cover. Oh, see, I think it's very much a US cultural thing, that is. Like I said, definitely in the 90s at least, you wouldn't find that many arcade cabinets unless you were like at the coast in the UK. It's like the movies but for games. Whenever I played arcade stuff, it was always on holiday. Your local pub or something might have one, but that'd be about it. Like working men's club or something. Don't know about the 80s though. Techie Rob would probably know more than I do. I feel like you played a lot of arcade games though. The 80s were great. I wasn't really sentient for a lot of it. I have a big nostalgia for it though. Hey Dan! But it's more just like early childhood for me. Thank you for the lurk, I hope you're well. Ah! I need to not lose all my shit with these. I might just... Oh, for goodness sake. Mostly limited to holiday resorts until the early 90s. That's my experience of arcade games, going on holiday. Swimming pool, yeah. That's what I was thinking. You know when I had when I was on about Pang, it was my local leisure centre with a swimming pool that had Pang in it. But I never really played it. I just remember watching the demo. It's the one with the balloons, isn't it? I always wanted to. Ferries and motorway services, though. Yeah, I remember ferries having them on. Water guns. Do you remember those things? I think it might be more of a maybe it's a UK thing, but you know at the theme parks you get those like you put the money in and it shoots water and you have to like shoot the different target things and stuff happens. Maybe that happens to Street Fighter 2. News Agents? Where the hell were you? I don't remember any arcades in News Agents, but was this still before my time? But no, not Street Fighter 2. I don't remember News Agents having them. Not around me. We actually went outside, no offence. I go outside. I don't ever remember playing Street Fighter in an arcade. I don't remember seeing it too much. But I think it was already kind of come and gone. by then. By the time I was paying attention. Hello? Are you fighting? I could be. The taxi rank had a couple of cabinets. Did it? My local Burger King had the NES multi-cab, which I abused for several hours after school every day. That's because they hogged it. They removed it. I remember my it's always snakes. I remember my local youth centre had, what was that drugs game? Narc? Was it Narc? And it was like super violent, like blasting all the drug dealers and stuff. I remember playing that. I mean, it was on free. It was on a free free play. And I remember playing Narc. It was the only arcade machine they had as well. They had like a fake pool table. And then Narc to play on the arcade. Yeah, it was free play because it was just like the youth centre, and I think you had to pay membership to go anyway, so it was just like part of the facilities. Nobody else had access to it. So. First time I ever played Street Fighter 2 was in our annual Fun Fairs arcade. I played as Guile against Darcy and spent the fight trying to break the pots on the floor. Sonic Boom! Who's your favourite Street Fighter character? When I played it on the Super Nintendo, I used to play Chun-Li and do the jump with the stomp. Oh, these fucking things. I'm not sure if I'm going to get away with this. These bugs can go in the bin. Ooh. Whoops-a-daisy. Oh my god. Just let me get through this little bit. I need to get some health back as well. I sent out Street Fighter 2 Champion Edition, so it might have been the Rainbow. What's the Rainbow Edition? It's my first fighting game. I think I bought a cheeseburger with my bus fare. Used the pound to play for an hour and then walked home. I was 11. It's really cool that you have that sort of memory though. Like you literally remember the first character that you... I don't remember Street Fighter. Like I only ever played it really on the Super Nintendo, I think. But Narc was made for the PS2. They really shit the bed. Favorite Street Fighter character is probably Chun-Li or Army. See, I only know Street Fighter 2. I didn't really play the later one, so I'm not even sure who Armika is. Who's Armika? I'm gonna Google it. I did play one of the later ones. I played the 3D one on the PlayStation ones. Oh, I don't know her. Is she from Street Fighter 4 onwards? Or 5? Yeah, I don't know her. First time I saw Street Fighter 2, I was waiting for a haircut at a barbershop. In the back of the newsagents, there was a World Warrior cab facing the door. A very loud, annoying kid playing as Cam. It didn't quite clear out. Were you that kid? Were you the one playing as Cam? Rainbow Edition turned up at the fair the following year. It was insane. What is the Rainbow? Did I miss the answer? What is the Rainbow Edition? I'm confused. Is Rainbow Mika? She's from Street Fighter Alpha 3. She's really cool. Wah. Sorry, it's a little bit hard to keep up. I'm trying to do this gauntlet while chat is flying, but it's one of many Street Fighter 2 hacks. A hack that hit the arcade? I've never heard of that. That's crazy. I'm just not an arcade person. I've never really been. I'm not sure if I'm gonna get away with this. Oh, you bastard. How much health do they give you, though, is the question. Oh, you bugger. That's not much at all. Evil Sonics. What's that? Oh, those. That or those, what you call them, mole bears. I need health. 100 floors of this. Ah. The blue spot, yeah, I got what you realised after, what you were meaning afterwards. Those enemies, they shoot eggs though. I think it was a kid from school. I guess I had a SNES. I used to refuse to use Ken in the day. Oh, you Street Fighter snob. Hacked ROM sets are more common than you think. Lots of the games exist and use ROM cards for Mrs. Oh, Miss Pac-Man was a ROM hack. You can buy that though. Well, when you say ROM hack though, that made me think it wasn't like authorized. Was it authorized by Capcom? Yes, needed more games to keep the revenue coming in. Oh, were they allowed to do that though? Because it's not their property. I hate ROM. I can't blame because it's their bloody game. Oh, yeah. Actually, Street Fighter 2 hyper fighting in direct response to the abundance of ROM hacks. Remember rumours of Capcom sending squads to arcades to check the validities of the Street Fighter 2 camps. Black Belt Edition, Rainbow Edition, they popped up after Capcom released Street Fighter 2 as a kit. What is anybody's favourite? We're just chatting this, but I'm obviously like slightly preoccupied with this horrible, endless, bottomless pit. But what is anybody's favourite arcade game? And can you guess mine? I might have said it before though, but I can't remember that. Can you guess my favourite that I played a lot? Oh no! I didn't play it. I mostly played it once. Oh, this. No, all my health. Bastard. Ooh. Is it Dig Dug? I don't think I've even played Dig Dug. What's yours though? CPS2 was bonkers. I didn't really play arcades. Do you have any that you remember at all, Doran? I never played that many. especially when I was younger. Never an arcade player around when I was from. The virtual 60s. Yeah, I wasn't either. I never went like as a regular occurrence. So I don't even know any of those. I feel like I've heard of Karnov. Bad dudes. A lot of time playing Killer Instinct. Oh, I think my friend had Killer Instinct on the Super Nintendo. They didn't fun and games in '94. They didn't ID anyone. I've never played Gauntlet actually. Oh, these bugs. Oh my gosh, these ones don't die from one hit? Side-scrolling beat-up similar to Double Dragon. Oh no, done some Double Dragon. God, that was my favourite. Right, and Sonic Wings 2. Oh, I want to play Sonic Wings. I'll give you a hint about mine because it's a bit unrealistic just to say, isn't it? But oh no. Not these. Not here. Oh. Oh shit, this is gonna be too hard. I'm gonna die now, I think. Is it even worth using my sword? Oh dear. That is nothing. Bastards. 7 CPS. Bad dudes, Dragon Ninja. See, my favourite was it was a beat 'em up. Oh. Please. Why can't I use it? Shall I just keep going? Like, what happens if you die? Oh, I love Tenchu. I quite fancy playing Sekiro. I think it looks quite good. I don't think Sekiro is the reason that we don't have any more Tenchu games. I think Tenchu having some dreadful entries as well. Sekiro's great, Miss Tenchu. No reason hating yourself now. I'd rather not just like to keep saying sort of like very sort of hot topic kind of things for the moment. Let's just focus on what we do like. Tenchu Z is the reason, I would say that is the reason. Or I'd still like to play it though. Was it Final Fight? No, I've never played Final Fight. You're close with Final Fight though, because I think it's sort of very similar. Golden Axe? No. Were all the Golden Axes in the arcade? I know there was the Duel, right? Was it the Duel? No, the Return of Blackadder, or not Black. Shut up. Death Adder. Ah! Oh, this is the end. I was on the Channel Island Ferry in 1990, spent a lot of the time on the journey. I stirred that when I played Outrun, did I not? Revenge of Death Adder, the original, not Black Adder then. I'm just dead, aren't I? Ah! Should we just let's just call it a day. Game over. Do I lose all my items? I do. It doesn't even matter though, does it? Whatever. All of you get lost. We'll do one more, and then I might just trot on for a bit. Chase HQ. Yeah, there was the arcade Golden Axe, and then there was the console one. I don't know the arcade one though. It's on the Astro Mini, and so I'd kind of like to get one of those to play it. Outrun and Afterburner are favourite supply. So, mine, I'll give you another hint about the arcade game that I really love. I need to get hold of a way to play it. So it was only ever released in the arcade. It had no console ports. And even to this day, I think there's no way to play it other than on an arcade cabinet or illegally. One of the ones that I did like, though, was a side note. I quite liked, was it King Arthur? The Knights of the Round Table or something that Capcom did. I remember my Working Man's Club had that. I quite like that. I just like those sort of like gorgeous, big, chunky beat 'em up things. I think again, I don't think that would hold a big court. Knights of the Round from Capcom, yes, that was a good one. Play Growl, no. But I know that there's one on, isn't Growl's on the Mega Drive, is it not? Or is it the Super Nintendo? So no, it's on the Mega Drive, it's also on the Mega CD. It's supposed to be quite good. So I'll have to get round to it. It's got two names, hasn't it? It's on something, because I've seen about it on YouTube. It's the guy with the whip, right? Isn't it? And you fight, like, he's like an animal tamer or something. It looks a bit like Indiana Jones to me. Speaking of which, Indiana Jones on the Super Nintendo, the trilogy game, is quite a surprisingly good game. It's great. It's on Andstream. That's the one with the whip. It's on something. I want to say it's on the Mega Drive. Yeah, Mega Drive and PC Engine, there we go. I knew it was on something that had like CD quality, I think. It's a service problem. Yeah, but you still can't. Like that. You can try and reason that, and it's not that it's my opinion, but it's just fact. Like, you're not entitled to something, whether it's available or not. Nobody's entitled to having something. If somebody owns something. Although I do agree that I wish things were more easily available. Peter Ground at the little news agents. Where are these pokey news agents with arcade cabinets? I'm also doing badly with the health again. Oh my god, I'm doing terrible now. Oh, let's just do this. I think I'm losing my will to go on with this 100 floor dungeon. There was one on George Lane, South Woodford. There was another one, Stead High Street. Were these like city news agents? I just don't remember seeing that. I remember seeing it in leisure centres. Oh yeah, I agree, but it's just a fact is a fact, whether you agree with it or not. Independent news agents. 1 or 2 cabs, all of them near bus stops. Well, that'd be why then. I guess they could get that money while people are waiting. I was more thinking like your local news agents one. I guess. Oh, these fucking. Why are you appearing so early? Ooh. Ninja's wearing red. Who knows real ninjas wear blue? Who wears blue? Surely black's the best colour. Less suspicious. Wearing bright red's a bit daft. Rikimaru or Ayame though. Real ninjas do. There's a real practical reason to do so. What, wear red? Unless you operate in places with high light pollution. And hide in plain sight. What's the practical reason? Is it to do with reflection? I feel like I've heard it before. Oh, these bastards. They're like the basic of enemies as well. And they just keep getting all these crap shots. Draining all my health. Get lost. Think about it, there might only be 50 floors. Oh! That changes a lot. I made up him. I decided that there was 100 as well. No, it says 100. It said at the start, didn't it? It said B1 out of 100. The colours will give you a silhouette that you display within blue. Do you mean a dark blue? Or just any blue? I mean, I guess, yeah. Jet black probably stands out more. Midnight blue, yeah. I feel like you see that though. You do see that. Like I want to say in some video games, you do see ninjas where they're just wearing a dark blue rather than a black. And then, you know, you got Shinobi, you just don't give a shit. He's not very stealthy, is he? Just goes in, shurikens ablazing. Oh, these... Oh! Oh my god, this is another run that's in the bin. Thought the white outfit was meant as camouflage against the interior walls. I mean, I don't know. Pajama Hayabusa. He wore blue and yeah, he did. He also had his head visible. I'm going to start this dungeon again because this is just a total waste of time. I'm just thinking, like, should get some more health or something first. Get some better weapons. Maybe I'm just going to save. If I just save the game, I can just go in guns a-blazing, like use all my items early. No, it says 100 floors, Techie Rob. Oh. 100 floors is a lot. Oh no, he elbowed me. Interesting book with the spiritual practices of ninja. Didn't the old houses use paper walls, something to do with earthquakes? They use paper doors and stuff. A lot of housing is to do with earthquakes though. The problem with like Japanese houses and buildings in general is you have to build for two different types of disasters that don't... The best way to defend against them is the worst way for the other one. So like, if you want to build something that's a strong structure that's strong against an earthquake, you need it to be very like wooden sort of, and that it gives with the movements of the earth. However, for a tsunami, which comes after the earthquake, that's the worst defense for a tsunami because it will just wash away. But if you make a building that's like really strong, like out of stone or brick or whatever, that's going to be great for a tsunami because it will withstand the waves, but it will just shatter to bits in an earthquake and be dangerous. So it's just kind of you have to kind of find a middle ground. I mean, it's like the great earthquake that happened in 2011 here. There was a lot of damage done by the earthquake itself, but the biggest damage came from the tsunami after. So... Well, I wouldn't say it was that funny myself. Ow! The irony. No, I know. The timing of me replying was also bad to have made it worse than it was, but I still don't. Natural disasters aren't a good thing. Earthquakes are scary. I live in Japan, yes? Ah! Why is it giving me this bastard enemy so early? If I can't get through the first 10 floors without losing half my health, I don't see it happening. Absolute. What the fuck? Oh my god, you like went through my bloody attack. lost all that health again. Which time I've been streaming about. The last time there was a massive earthquake was when I was playing. Oh shit! I didn't mean to do that. It was when I was playing Echo. Oh, you fucking. Okay. I thought it was gonna make me do floor 1 again. That was a very big one as well. Not quite where I was, but scary when it happened. Where it happened on the news. Is that a screenshot from Predator 2? What, on the chat box? No, that's from Desert Strike. There's one on a Geno screen. That would sound about right. It was either that or me raging. Don't drop me on the enemies. Ah. Hey Sadie, how's it going? Oh. Right, I've got more health than that. It's not bad though. I wonder if I should just start using... I've still got 80 floors. This is ridiculous. Aladdin, not quite. Prince Ali. I'm a little sick, but I don't have to work. But as long as I want at least. Oh, that's good. Fortunately, I'm going to have to go to bed sooner than later, so I've got work. No, don't you dare. Absolute bastard. Oof. Oh my god, when they just fucking move at the last second and then slap you. Woo! Wake up early enough to catch some of your stream at least. Oh well, thank you for stopping by. Not for waking up, I assume it wasn't intentional. Or maybe it was, I don't know. I don't think... Unfortunately, I don't wake up for anybody's streams, I'm afraid. So I need my sleep. No judgments here. Get off! Judging this bitch, though. Fancy that slap, we can get it. How are you, Zan? Hope it's good timing. It's nice though. I like to have those people, like not toot my own horn, talk about other people, but it sounds like a backhanded compliment to myself. But it's nice to have those streams that you can just wake up to. Like I do that a lot with Cobra actually. Like I just pop it on while I'm like making my coffee and while I'm choking on my own sentences. I'm working days from home now, so I don't have to worry about falling asleep midstream. Yeah, I used to send you to sleep, didn't I? That was my best review. The last thing you hear before you fall asleep. It's been a bit busy, but could catch up Twitch. How are you? I'm quite good. Today was a bit of a stress. A little bit tired, but I feel like this stream is just, well, I don't feel like it's mostly just been me trying to do this wretched dungeon. Which I don't even need to do, it's optional. Just, why do they get you in a corner like that? It's a nice, polite, witty stream here to waft off to sleep. I have to come into work, but I get to listen and sometimes watch while I work. Well, I appreciate the lurking and working. I'm not gonna make it. I'm not gonna make it. Fucking garbage. How did I ever do this? I'm very polite. Except I hate these damn slimes. Oh, do the spin. Thank you. Oh. We know from your name. I used to do that too if I wasn't working on some. Yeah. The loads of everybody's skiving off work that's in my chat. It's the crazy Sonics. I just wish they gave you a little bit more health than they do. Or let you summon like the spirits, but they don't. I don't think I can make another 9 floors. Don't work anymore. Well, at least for a couple of months. Ooh. That'd be nice. Zombie don't give a shit. Oh, you... I've totally not got this. I'm on floor 34. Some kind of challenge. Yeah, this is just an optional challenge dungeon. It's got 100 floors. It's a gauntlet. You can't heal or use any items. It's like a enemy rush. I did it when I was younger, I think. Oh, that was not the move he was supposed to do. Oh, you well, fucked it now. Sometimes it's just not doing the input on them. And the reward's really nice. You get a sword with unlimited uses. Like the best sword in the game. The problem is I just can't avoid the attacks from every fucking angle. I'm never gonna get enough health back. Ah! Supposed to be a 360 attack and he did a kick. I'm in a mood. I don't know. This is like just do it again. I'm gonna do it again. Always last try, but it's not. It's never the last. Can you oh my god, I just want to do the 360. That's it. Not a kicking combo. Most of the part of a beat'em up game is got corded, which get corded. That's the problem with this one. It's because you can only hit in one direction and they walk around the sides while you're trying to do that. So... And some enemies, like, there's different attacks that you do and some enemies kind of ignore some of them. They'll attack faster, like these sword boggers. You can get away with running at those, but the sword ones will just slash you instead. Doesn't always work. You can probably kick them better to get in closer. These things are just shits because they just jump or backwards all the time. Whiffed him, great. Because sometimes if you get too close to these, they'll just grab you and throw and strangle you. Oof. That belly down. Oh no! Facing the wrong way. Oh, you I mean, you get struck in the back. Why are you here? Oops, that was not the attack I wanted to do. Turret now, so very underling. That didn't work, did it? Ah, fuck off! Garbage. Floating lights are at the arm. They'll soon start splitting up. The floors are all random as well. It's just sort of random what you get. Gradually gets harder, obviously, but it's still. The bosses are fixed though. Ah! Crap, 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 crap! Sometimes he's done that now, but he still screams. Ah! Yeah, he's like actually going down by choice. You fucker! Why'd you have to run at the last second? Oh no. These bastards. Oh, that's such a pain in the arse to get into the the blind spot. That was quite lucky. Oh, you just don't get enough health back though, that's the problem between the rounds. Gonna struggle. I think I need to get more level up. We'll see. Oh. Ah! These turrets suck. Not as much as the dinosaurs, though. Oh no. Oh, actually summon her, can I? Oh! I can! There we go. Game changer. I knew there was something I was missing. So technically I could summon Shade as well. Oh, do I get magic back? Does it regenerate? Oh, this changes everything. Struggling for no reason. Yeah, I can just get my magic back. So I could, every time there's one of these slime floors, I can just, like, wait it out and get my health back. Okay. Provided there's a slime. Oh, I should have summoned a spirit from him. That was stupid. I could have used his reflective armor to summon Shade. These things. Crap. I might as well save the sword for a bit. Woohoo! I could summon him off that. Oh no, because it'll use the item. I want to keep the item. 360 spin, please. Ah. If you don't one-shot these, then they dart. Then they split in half and get faster. Whoops. Oh, you're joking. He won't let me fall down. Oh, that's fucking stupid. Oh, good. Might as well just keep her with me for a bit, if I get the magic back later anyway. And I could use that magic as well. To freeze you! Oh, she missed. I don't know why I've been trying to do this the hard way the whole time. It's kind of ridiculous. Don't. Oh no, not these. That's what summons bow, I think. Oh, now there's 4. Because we're on floor 50. Ooh. I guess I should just wait and get my magic back, but maybe it'll do it while I'm fighting. Oh, now we've got lizards and everything. It's too bad none of the enemies drop any level up items though, that would have been nice. Can I summon anything off him? No. Sometimes this sideways slash doesn't quite one-shot them, and I wonder, like there, look. Is there a bit of the hitbox that's weaker than the rest of it? Oh. Oh! What is this? Don't remember. I remember this vaguely now. I don't remember what it means. Oh, that was it. Oh, there's some more of those then. I wonder what the max is. Is it 10 for all of them, I wonder? Or 9? I had 15 in my head. I can't believe it took me this long to work out that I could just heal with this. I mean, I knew I could summon from her, but like the fact that when you enter the dungeon, it's kind of a bit rude. Like if you bring her into the dungeon from outside, she despawns. So I assumed that meant you couldn't use magic. Like a field barrier. It's a bit deceptive. I guess it's to stop you bringing Ifrit in, who would help you punch everything. Maybe. Or Bao. He would help fight as well. So it's a lot easier when you got the confidence of knowing that she can heal you. So 1 year, 1 month, 12 days and 1 hour. That's probably since I was streaming Deadly Premonition right at the very start. I remember walking through the rain at the beginning of that game, and then you came in on the raid. Time flies when you're having fun, right? If you like what you see, this one's on the Switch, I believe. It is quite fun. This is just an optional deep dungeon thing. You don't need to do this. I'll probably finish this tomorrow night now, if I stream tomorrow. Because there's only one dungeon left. Probably only take about 45 minutes as well. Might be too difficult for you. It's not that hard if you get into it, and especially if you're only doing the main sort of game. Like this is a bit harder, but it's pretty forgiving. Like if you die in the dungeon, it starts you at the beginning of the dungeon. Anyway, there's so many games that you could play. You don't need to necessarily play this one, but it is quite good. It's a good retro game. Have you been playing anything lately? It's pretty easy actually. Depends how many games you play there was a person. You know, one person's easy, it's not another's. I would say if you're a seasoned gamer, it's quite easy, yeah. I could always do it as a kid. Ooh, I should perhaps stop sassing and pay attention. Oh, these fucking flames. Oh, it's so easy as you get this game out. Oh shit, I didn't even get the reward, you bugger. Absolute arsehole. I think I can go back up and get it though. I think I can walk up 1 step. Yeah. Phew! Judge the game before I play it. Yeah. Depends on I think some games you can quite evidently see that they're kind of garbage though. But it depends what it is. You know. And also I think some stuff, I think garbage is a word that gets thrown around a lot. You know. Some stuff I think is not necessarily garbage. Like certain AAA titles, I wouldn't say that they were totally garbage. It's just not your cup of tea. Like, garbage is Bubsy. That's garbage. Garbage is Fantasia. It's actual trash. It's terribly made, broken. So, this and the sequel super underrated. Restaurant Nintendo fans will dunk on them without hesitation, though. Will they? I never liked this whole, like, it's either or. It's Sega or Nintendo. Like, why can't we just like both? Because, like, I stream a lot of Sega stuff, but that doesn't mean that on the flip side I don't like Nintendo. It's weird. What do they do? Just call it like a Zelda clone or something. I mean, I think this has got such little to do with Zelda, to be honest. I honestly think, especially replaying it this time, it's got far more in common with a beat-em-up than anything else. You know, like a final fight, or and that's the point. We never actually answered what was my favourite arcade game. The answer was Cadillacs and Dinosaurs. How was the longest time with shmups? I mostly ignored them, assuming they were all too hard. But it's like oh, totally, definitely with shmups. You can definitely get into them if you get down to it. I haven't played the sequel though for this. I really want to. I have it on my shelf, and I might play it after this. Maybe not immediately, but soon. I played the first hour of it once. Silly, there was just a weird generation of the early internet, especially was. I also like. I don't want to be too like sound judgmental, but I feel like the whole like Genesis does and the sort of hostile like campaigning and stuff. The Sega versus Nintendo. Are you a Sega person or are you a Nintendo person? I think it's very much a sort of more of an American cultural thing. I don't think it was quite as prevalent everywhere else. Like. Some people probably too, it's true, but I mean definitely for me back home, Sega was a clear winner in the UK in the early 90s, and I don't mean that in like a boo Nintendo thing, but everybody had Mega Drives. Not many people had Super Nintendos, but people that did have Super Nintendos, I don't remember anybody like throwing shit at them for it, like oh boo Nintendo or like oh boo Sega. Like I had both. I was very fortunate because I had an older brother who was actually working and able to buy things like that, and so I was blessed by having both of them. It was like West Coast, East Coast. It really, maybe it was over by the time I was playing games then, because the NES games, I don't feel like it. The NES era, maybe it was, but none of the kids that I knew growing up gave a shit. It's just games. It's just games. We got kids being raised on USA YouTubers now. That's the thing, yes. And I do feel like a lot of the... that's why I like a lot of people that show up in chat, like Techie Rob and Angel. It's lovely to have the... You may post it. You're probably going to totally counteract everything I've said. But I just try and... I like to move the focus away from this very sort of American-centric history of video gaming. Like, we've had a conversation on the channel before about... the infamous video games crash, which just only happened in one part of the world. What am I looking at? 30 years ago, this antagonistic Nintendo underpinned its UK Sega of the era. While it felt like let's start taking France, it was the ultimate bollocks. That's fair. I mean, yeah, I'm sure that there were ads, but I don't feel like... Maybe it was an older generation that I wasn't part of, but me as a kid, it wasn't something that I was aware of. I didn't feel this either or. So, I'm sure that some of it did, yeah, but I don't think it's anywhere near the severity that people make it like on. You just can't get away from it on the internet. That it's like all that Genesis does crap. Oh my god, I can't be doing with that. I mean, I hear it all the time now. People throw it around. Like I see it in chat constantly. Whenever someone's playing like a Genesis game or something, and they're saying that it's good, they'll be like Genesis does, and I'm just like, oh, it's not anything. I don't mean like it to the person, but just for me, I don't relate to that sort of like narrative. It's not how I grew up playing video games. It's not how I felt about my Mega Drive. I loved both my Mega Drive and my Nintendo dearly. Some of my favourite games of all time are on the Super Nintendo, and they're also on the Mega Drive. This is one of my favourite games as a kid. I have big nostalgia for it. But then also Secret of Mana, Illusion of Time, Illusion of Gaia are two of my favourite games of all time. Blame it on the American market campaigns. Oh hey Glyphix, how are you? It's been a hot minute. I've not been streaming a lot, for a start. The game crash, which certainly didn't affect Spectrum 48k bedroom programmers, curse cat, exactly. But yeah, I just feel like a lot of the history that we hear about, even with the reception of video games, like, it's a bit of a tangent, and I didn't want to have a tangent evening, we've already had one, but it's like, the reception of a video game, oh, this was really poorly received. Where was this poorly received? Like, is it a global thing, or is it just... There's this royal we sometimes, I think, like, because like people say, you know, that the Master System was a failure. No, it wasn't. I knew lots of people that had Master Systems. Sometimes a new retro game that only uses NES chiptunes or reminds a little. Some of them are amazing though, like The Messenger, for example. Yeah, I don't mean this in a bad way about the NES, but I've got no nostalgia for it. I never had one, never played one. I've played games now, but at the time, nope. I think Mega Man is fantastic. I only discovered Mega Man in about 2014, when that Legacy Collection came out. Sorry, I need to cough. I'm just going to turn the mic off a second. Happy to see you streaming again. I love this game. I know, it's so good. Womp. But sometimes it's a tangent, it's coming out, I'm just gonna say it, but whatever. I like to try and keep things somewhat cheerful, but one thing that's been getting on my nerves a little bit lately, not nerves, but just, everybody knows the game Legend of Dragoon, right? This is just my little rant about, everybody has a Mandela effect about history of gaming sometimes, I think. And I have this too, like for games that I'm not aware of. Techie Rob often points me out on stuff that, you know, as a Mega Drive gamer, like, I don't remember the reception that this game had. But it's like Legend of Dragoon. Everybody bangs on about Legend of Dragoon, how it's like this underdog of like RPGs, and it's this overlooked hidden gem. It's like the most well-known not hidden gem there ever was. I like the game, I think it's great fun, but there's a reason that it didn't do very well. And people think that people always say that it like was always in Final Fantasy VII's shadow or something like that, and it got badly accused of just being a Final Fantasy VII poor man's RPG or something like that. But it's like, you've all forgotten when it came out. It came out after Final Fantasy VIII. It was dated when it came out. It was old when it was out in Japan. It was even older when it was out in the UK and America. People have totally taken Dragoon out of its context. It's a great game. I love the game. But if you actually, I remember when it came out, I remember the other games that were out around the time of it, and I know exactly why people didn't buy it. Because there was other things to buy. It's not that it's a bad game, but, you know, you didn't always have the money to buy that many games, so you made your choice. Were you buying Final Fantasy VIII? Final Fantasy IX was around the corner when Dragoon came out in Europe. I actually did buy Legend of Dragoon, but I bought it because it was on sale. It got a price cut because it bombed, and it was being sold for £10. Fantasy VII was super lucky to come out at the exact right time on the exact right platform. I don't think I've heard of any accused Dragoon to be in a clone or a copy. People just played it and liked it. Oh, I hear it all the time. I hear this narrative. It's always this boo Final Fantasy. That's why Dragoon failed. And it's much better. People always say, oh, it's much better than Final Fantasy VII. It wasn't being compared to Final Fantasy VII. It was being compared to Final Fantasy IX by the time it came out. Fine Forces in Fire Emblem Shadow. What else? Well, there's loads of stuff like that, but why can't you just enjoy both of them? And it sort of came up a bit earlier, just briefly in the conversation, but you know, it's the same with like, someone mentioned Sekiro and like why we can't get a new Tenchu game because of Sekiro. I don't believe in these sort of like extremes that like one game caused another game not to happen. It's like the myth for the longest time that Secret of Evermore is the reason that Trials of Mana, Seiken Densetsu 3 didn't get an English release. It's just not true. They intended, they would have done both. Fantasy Star is one of the Final Fantasy's Shadow. Is it though? I don't know. Do you think so? I would say it depends where you're from, because in the UK we didn't get any of the Final Fantasies, so there was no Shadow. We got all the Fantasy Stars though. That's why Fantasy Star is probably a lot bigger in Europe. It would be in the Shadow in other countries though, for sure, like Japan especially. A lot of it's relative. But don't get me wrong, by the way, I'm picking on Legendary Dragoon. I have the game twice. I have it in English, I have it in Japanese. I think the game is wonderful. I really fancy replaying it sometime soon, but I just don't distort the fact of when it came out it wasn't a commercial success, because it was a dated sort of game that didn't really do anything new at the time, and there was much bigger sort of games coming out by then. I mean, also it came out I think in 2000 in Europe. The PlayStation 2 was coming out by then soon. It was just not a very good release window. It was late in Japan in '99, I think, but they didn't translate it quick enough for a Western release for it to have its moment. So I wouldn't blame consumers for not giving it a chance. It was just, there's lots of games that happens to. Another one that's weird, I don't think these are the same caliber of game though, but sometimes people just don't play games. There's no reason. It's like, people will say now how, you know, a game like Okami is one of these wonderful classic games that was a wonderful game and it will be remembered as a classic. It was a bomb. It absolutely bombed. Nobody bought Okami when it came out on the PS2. It was a weird phenomenon where it got fantastic reviews, but nobody bought it. So I remember picking it up so cheap, and Clover went bust. Same with Prince of Persia. I don't know if it's a European situation, but does anybody remember when The Sands of Time came out? I swear to God that game bombed. It wasn't until Warrior Within when it became popular. I remember picking up Prince of Persia Sands of Time for 20 quid when it was brand new, because nobody bought it. It got fantastic reviews, but it just wasn't selling. I think it sold, but I think when they did the price cut, that's when it sold. Because that's when I bought it. But £20 for a brand new game was bonkers. Needed that Gobsmack boost. What's Gobsmack? Is that in bloody Warrior Within? Oh my god. I didn't like Warrior Within as much though, to be honest. Just go back a second. There's no Shadow cast over it for the longest time. Yeah, outside of Japan. But I mean, most Sega franchises were secret. I love Sega, but a lot of their franchises were responses to Nintendo. They just needed to have something of the similar genre. But I think that's just in any medium ever. Anything happens like that, you know, books and movies or whatever. It's not a bad thing, as long as it's not a totally shameless. It can be inspired by. So, I don't think Clever went bust. They were, was it Capcom Studio and Capcom wound them down? Because their game didn't do very well. I mean, they still existed. They did a sequel. Okami Down, which I still haven't played. I want to play through this and the sequel again, but I need to put it in the Zelda category for anyone to notice. Oh, that's not true. It's a little bit true. Lords of Shadow, the Castlevania game. Predates Dark Souls 1, but the game that popularised Souls games. There was Demon Souls before Dark Souls. So, Dark Souls 1 popularised it, yeah, but there was already Demon Souls. So I don't think it was going to be Lord of Shadows. Isn't Lord of Shadows got more in common with God of War anyway? I thought you were saying that if it that Lords of Shadows did it first, but Dark Souls popularised it. That's what I was getting confused about. I mean, I don't think Lord of Shadows was out before Demon Souls. Nobody cares about Souls-likes until after Dark Souls. Or are you saying that Lord of Shadows is a response? Yeah, I thought it was more God of War. Because, I mean, that's another thing. There's a God of War game and everything did God of War combat, didn't it? It's not the worst thing in the world to happen. I think the difference, though, with a Zelda, just to touch on the Zelda thing, and I've said it before, everybody knows about me and my Zelda clone distaste, but I think the problem with Zelda is Zelda holds an entire genre ransom. Zelda pretty much has the monopoly on action RPG with a top-down perspective. Anything that's an action RPG that is from a bird's eye view is just instantly called a Zelda clone, and it's very unfair. It is just a genre. Especially when it's games like this, or Crusader of Senti. I like Illusion of Time. Is that a Zelda? Is that a Zelda clone? Nobody accuses that of being a Zelda clone much. They just say it's like, if you like Zelda, you'll like this. But they don't call it a Zelda clone. Probably because it's got too much story. And it's a bit more sort of linear. It has villages and towns, I guess. Ys seems to get away without being called a Zelda clone. Probably just because of the bump system. But it's the same genre. Maybe useless and Dark Souls can't destroy the niche if needed. And simply feel that Dark Souls is why we get no more Castlevania games. Oh! Well, I'd say Castlevania would probably just... Yeah, Konami are weird, and Castlevania's, let's be honest, Castlevania hadn't been banging out those hits. Their games were shaky. They were sort of just getting by a lot of the time. And also, I feel like a lot of the successes of Castlevania have always been like a retrospective thing. Like, people like the games after they had their chance to make money. Post-SNES era, like Symphony of the Night and stuff. Symphony of the Night didn't really... I mean, especially, I was finding old magazine reviews from the UK of Symphony of the Night, and they didn't give it very good reception. That's probably why nobody played it. So it probably didn't make a great deal of money. It does now, though. And then Castlevania 64 was an absolute fucking bomb, really. I mean, I think it probably sold well, but I think it lost... I mean, there's a reason that I think I and many other people didn't get Castlevania on the PlayStation 2, because we were burned by the N64 version. I'm not playing another Castlevania, not a 3D one. Shit. I'm not paying attention, I might end up fucking dead. Shit. On floor 86 of all things. Really need a slime now. I'm gonna focus for a minute. Ranting makes me die. If you want to push technology, exactly. That's all it is. And hey, Asti, how are you? Game Press in the UK were insisting that we play 3D games instead. They push Castlevania. Exactly. Who had the last laugh? It was always like that though. 2D games, except for like Alundra, which got good reviews. Yeah, I'm gonna keep that on. Oh, he's gonna have to go away, which sucks. Give me some sprites, I'm begging ya. believe I didn't pay attention and oh my god, I got so careless. Whoa. Not today, Satan, go away. Oof, what's the tagline? Ranting makes me die. It does though, because I go on autopilot where I'm not actually really paying a lot of attention. I'm just like pressing the buttons and going through the motions. Like through the end of the night, I think we forgot 2 years of mistake valid down. I mean, we can judge, but at the end of the day, I think a lot of the time with anything, we can speculate as what we personally enjoy as consumers, but from a business sense, they did what made money. I think from a business point of view, they made sensible decisions, but from an artistic point of view, no. The only thing I blame Christmas for is the mindset of the old game of being beaten bad. Because I mean, I remember being a kid though. I'm guilty of being judgmental too. I liked Alundra and stuff. It was great, but I remember. I mean, case in point, things like Legend of Dragoon. I remember thinking it didn't look very good compared because I'd already played Final Fantasy VIII and I'd seen the pictures of Final Fantasy IX, and I remember my friend had a demo of Dragoon, and I remember thinking it looks like Final Fantasy VII. I mean, it doesn't. It looks better than Final Fantasy VII, but that was where my brain headspace was at the time. When I was like 14, I was thinking, the battle combat looks great, but the world map, ew, this looks dated. And it was all that new graphics. Now I think it's also, it comes with age, I think, that sort of wisdom. I think when you're younger, or taste as well. You're younger, you do just chase the next shiny. Oh, please! Oh, fuck you. No! Oh my god, floor 90. Oh, what a joke. Oh, savage. Well, we're not doing it again tonight, I'm afraid. Let's leave with our shame. Look at him walking. Nothing to see here. Devastated. Don't talk to me. Out of my way. No. Oh my god, yes. It's fine. We'll do it tomorrow. I know how to do it now. Now that I know how to heal. I'm losing my voice. Having the latest and greatest visual fidelity of V60 PS3 gen to the games have definitely been minimal. I mean, that's how I am, but I'm also not 14 years old anymore. Flash. Oof. Hey, some of those Flash games were good. I used to play was it Larry's Adventure? Some sort of dirty, lewd Flash game that was on like one of those free websites where you had to find naughty pictures of anime or something and give people cocaine. It's just the freedom of Flash games. Leisure Suit Larry. No, not that. It's called Frank's Adventure. Not Larry's Adventure. Frank's Adventure. Was that not on beta? What's that? Do you remember the websites like in fact, let's go back to the village. The websites like addictinggames.com and was it Popcorn Arcade or something? You think you remember? You know you remember that. Don't be shy. Played it on Newgrounds probably. Probably, definitely. You played all 3 of them. Frank's Adventure, I think it said at the start. And it was just using stolen asset. Like, it had like... I can't remember specifically, and it wasn't exactly this character, but you talk to like Princess Peach, and she's like on a corner shop down on her luck when she wants some like crack or something. It was just using characters from licensed stuff. It was stupid. It was like a sort of childish kids thing. He's still not giving me shit. totally play. Oh, of course you did. You made it, didn't you? Didn't you do the artwork for it? I could believe that. Oh, I've just done this backwards. I should have got the healer then took the cheese. There's nothing online yet. It was totally replaced Flash. In fact, person who killed Lobby Flash was Steve Jobs. Why? Because it was the biggest obstacle to get a smart device in everyone's hand. Yeah, Flash was kind of wild what it could do, I guess, because we used to watch, like, you know, people could had the freedom to make, like, animated shorts and everything, didn't they? You watched, like, Weeble and Bobs and Salad Fingers and all that stuff. Getting random thunderstorms. Probably stole some assets. Steve Jobs more like blow. Oh dear. Pointless flex. Thank you for the flex. Larry's Adventure Stream when? Wouldn't I get banned? Because it is actually lewd. It's actually got nudity, I'm pretty sure. I can't remember. Maybe it doesn't actually. Maybe it covers it up. I don't remember. It wasn't why I played it, to be honest, for obvious reasons. But I just enjoyed the trashy nature of it. Right, I think as much as fun as the conversation is, I'm going to have to go to bed or else I'm going to die at work tomorrow. We'll do the 100 dungeon definitely next stream. Now I know how to do it. Front page with an animated GIF. Should have played this on the deaf.
You've got a secret bonus point.
Oh, we'll do a raid though. Oh god, I forgot about that one. Who's online? That's raid. Let's raid Slardy Barfast playing Luna Eternal Blue, although I don't want to stay too long to watch the spoilers because I do want to play that sometime, but we'll wiggle on over there. Yeah, let's go see Slardy Barfast. I think he was playing the other Luna as well. Get your rest. Great stream. Thank you for lurking. It's fun chatting and hanging out. Thanks for the... You're welcome. I haven't even changed my scene.